Hello, this is Donna Abreu from Insta PPC Builder with another video on AdWords tricks, strategies that will allow you to do effective pay-per-click advertising. These are advanced strategies. You probably won't hear these many other places. So let's get going with relevancy, because relevancy, as we saw, is one of the key components to a high quality score. And remember, the higher our quality score, the lower we are going to pay per click for an equivalent placement on Google with your ads. Now, the key to good relevancy, to relevant ads, is to have your keyword, your root keyword, appear in the ad description at least once, and great if it can appear twice or some shortened version a second time is also effective. You want the keyword to display in the display URL if it fits. So in my example here, discoverabundantliving.com, that is my display URL, and I don't know if it would actually fit, but if you have a short domain, then you can often put a slash and then your keyword or part of your keyword after the domain name. This domain name is just for display. It's not what the user is taken to when they click on the ad. This is just for display, and if you keep your domain short, then you can sometimes squeeze the whole keyword into the end. Now in this case, my keyword is not global, it's global resorts. So if I could fit global resorts, I would not string it together, but I would put global dash resorts or global underscore resorts. But if you can fit it into the display URL, then you are going to have a more relevant ad. Now the fourth component, the third place to have your keyword is in the destination URL. This is a trick I recently learned. I had no idea that this could be done. Now this is an example of my destination URL, and it has to be the same domain, root domain, as the display URL. That is a rule of Google. So you can't display one thing and then send them to another domain. So you can put a subdomain in this destination URL. So I could have http://global.discoverabundantliving.com. That's one way to get my keyword or part of my keyword into the destination URL. And to do that, I would just have to set up a subdomain, which would be called global in that example, at my hosting company. But in this example that you see, I am putting the keyword after the destination URL. Now most landing pages and most hosting services, when they are taking the person to that URL and to that destination, they will ignore anything after the question mark when they see the question mark. So you can actually put a question mark and then anything you like, which what you want to do is put your keyword in the destination URL, and that would take the person, to the prospect, to the same page as discoverabundantliving.com in this case. So it just ignores the question mark and everything after it. Now, in the second example, you can see where I created a subdomain called global-resorts, and I now send the people to that subdomain of the domain discoverabundantliving.com, and that is legitimate. That is okay in Google's eyes. Now, one final thing I want to mention is that some websites, some people do tracking, and for example, in the case of my website with this discoverabundantliving.com, my website handles a tracking code. So the way I do that is I put the question mark TID equals. That means the website will look for whatever's after that question mark TID equals. And in my case, I'd put global resorts. So in my tracking on my website, I would know then, if I get a lead, that it came from this particular keyword of my pay-per-click campaign. So when you're using tracking, then you don't have to do this question mark because the keyword will already be in your destination URL. So the key is just somehow get the keyword in the destination URL either as a subdomain or as a question mark following the question mark or in your tracking code if possible, because that will increase your relevancy. Now, the final place that you can put your keyword, which is highly effective, and it doesn't always work when people don't have custom lead capture pages, but on your landing page, which is wherever the prospect ends up when they click the ad, that is the landing page, and typically that's a lead capture page. It should be. You should be capturing your leads information. Otherwise, shame on you. You're not utilizing, you're not benefiting the most you can from your marketing efforts. So you definitely want a lead capture page which captures your prospect's information. And if you can put the keyword or related words having to do with that keyword on the lead capture page, then you are going to have a much higher relevancy and quality score. So the final component is how long does the person stay on the landing page. The longer they stay, the better the relevancy. So just a reminder that in order to be able to put your keyword in all of these places, you need to have an ad group that corresponds to just one root keyword phrase. If the keyword that you're going to use changes and the words are changing, then create a separate ad group. And if you don't know what I mean, then you need to go back to one of the earlier tips that I did on campaign organization. So for example, the ad group is global resorts, then the keywords contain global resorts. A keyword like GRN or Al Morales would not work in this example. And to give you another example of something more generic, if the ad group is called running shoes, then the keywords in that ad group should contain the words running shoes. And if you want to include a keyword like cross-country shoes, that should be a separate ad group because the root keyword has changed. So I hope that helps understand Google Quality Score. Relevancy is a huge component of Quality Score. Donna Abreu signing out from Insta PPC Builder.